Come on, go live.
Hi, again, this is Dr. Arnie Shapiro with session 8 of Breathing Easy, Brief Techniques for Busy People, Brief Relaxation Techniques for Busy People. Last time I presented a technique called the face relaxation, which I will review, and this time I will go over diaphragmatic abdominal breathing. So to review the technique from last time, the face relaxation is what I call a deepening technique. It's fine tuning. You should have a bit of relaxation before you start the face relaxation, and then you go deeper with it. So it goes like this. It's a 2-minute technique. 5 breaths are devoted towards the lips, and 5 breaths are devoted towards the eyelids. So on the first in-breath, your eyes are closed. On the first in-breath, you focus on your lips. On that out-breath, you say to yourself silently, soft. In-breath, lips. Out-breath, soft. You're inviting them to go one step softer. In-breath, lips. Out-breath, soft, like a pillow. We can use imagery. We can use relaxor imagery. In-breath, lips. Out-breath, soft, like a quilt. We're using the relaxor word soft. In-breath, lips. Out-breath, soft, like silk. Final breath, in-breath, lips. Out-breath, soft, like kitten fur. Now we switch our attention to our eyes, and particularly the eyelids. So in-breath, eyes. Out-breath, soft, inviting the eyelids to get one step softer. It's an invitation, not a command. In-breath, eyes. Out-breath, soft, like a pillow. In-breath, eyes. Out-breath, soft, like a quilt. In-breath, eyes. Out-breath, soft, like silk. Final breath, in-breath, eyes. Out-breath, soft, like downy feathers. Then before you open your eyes, take 2 medium-sized breaths and then open your eyes. Okay, so that was the face relaxation. The next thing I want to do is return to the title of this series, Breathing Easy, and talk about a very important breathing method. This method was developed 2,000 years ago by the yogis. They used an oral tradition then, and now, and since 800 AD, it's been a written tradition. The book in that date was the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, 800 AD, laid out the yogic principles of breathing. So one of the main yogic principles of breathing is to let the abdomen move with the breaths. The abdomen moves outward on the in-breath and inward on the out-breath. If you have pets and you observe your pets, when they're asleep, their abdomens are moving with their breaths, and their chests are still. You could just look at their abdomens, see their breathing. Same thing is true for a sleeping person. Your abdomen is the moving part. Your chest gets a rest all night. Why is the abdomen moving? Because the abdomen is being pushed downward by the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle that separates your chest from your abdomen. It's a very strong muscle. When it contracts, it flattens and lowers, pushing on the top of the abdomen. When it relaxes, it resumes its dome shape and the abdomen is back to its original. The pushing down on the abdomen makes more room in the chest and air comes in, like the opening of an accordion. When the diaphragm relaxes, reforms its dome shape, there's less room in the chest, air goes out, like the closing of an accordion. So that's the relationship between the diaphragm and the abdomen. The abdomen is moving passively to what the diaphragm is doing actively. And the diaphragm is an automatic system, it breathes for you. So I'd like you to learn this by what I'll say exaggeration. When you take your next in breath, push the abdomen out a little bit. And then when you take your next out breath, bring the abdomen in a little bit. So in breath, put your fingers around your navel. In breath, abdomen goes outward. A little. Out breath, the abdomen comes back inward. You can exaggerate it. You could make it bigger. In breath, push the abdomen out. Out breath, bring the abdomen back in. So you're exaggerating it. Try a couple of breaths like that. In breath, abdomen out, pushing. And out breath, abdomen in, pulling in. It's as if the breath is going to the abdomen, but it is not. It is going into the lungs where it needs to go. So just to complete the anatomy, the air comes in through the nostrils and the mouth. It makes its way in curved pathway down through the neck. When it reaches the Adam's apple, below that it's going through the trachea, a tube, which goes to the mid-chest. At the mid-chest, it divides into two bronchi, and the bronchi are trunks of very large trees, and I'm talking about very large trees with lots of branches. The very smallest branches will say that the bronchi are the branches, but the leaves, the lungs are the leaves of the tree. So the branches reach the lungs, and the lungs at the end of these last branches have alveoli. They're air sacs. They're very small, but there's many of them. That's where the air exchange takes place because capillaries are surrounding the alveoli. Oxygen comes in, it passes right through to the capillaries, goes around, gives your body oxygen. When the carbon dioxide comes back to the lungs, it passes through from capillaries to alveoli, and it goes out with your out breath. So the breathing system is extremely well designed. Millions of years of evolution have designed it to be perfect. And I invite you to practice these new forms of breathing that I taught today a few times a day, and I will have more for you next time. Take care.